We have gone too far from series 1 to series 7. Oh. But if it is your first time to listen to this part 7, don't worry. Of course, you have missed, but you can go back and check to the previous series that we have done. Okay, I also remind you to click subscribe so that the coming more stories you may not miss them as you missed the previous one. Okay, let's proceed with our series as we began. Let's proceed. About it is important that you focus your attention. Here do we come into use. Because by means of your will, you determine the project of your attention. If you want to become rich, you must not make a study of poverty. Things are not brought into being by thinking about their opposites. Health is never to be attained by studying disease and thinking about disease. Righteousness is not to be promoted by studying sin and thinking about sin. And no one ever got rich by studying poverty and thinking about poverty. Medicine as a science of disease has increased disease. Religion as a science of sin has promoted sin. And economics as a study of poverty will fill the world with the wickedness and want. Do not talk about poverty. Do not investigate it or concern yourself with it. Never mind what its causes are. You have nothing to do with them. What concerns you is the cure. Do not spend your time in charitable work or charity movement. All charity only tends to perpetuate the wickedness it aims to eradicate. I don't say that you should be hard-hearted or unkind and refuse to hear the cry of need. But you must not try to eradicate poverty in any of the conventional ways. Put poverty behind you. Put all that pertains to it behind you and make good. You cannot hold the mental image which is necessary to make you rich. If you fill your mind with pictures of poverty, do not read books or papers which give account of the wickedness of tenement dwellers or of the holders of child labor. Do not read anything which fills your mind with gloomy images of want and suffering. You cannot help the poor in the least by knowing about these things. The widespread knowledge of the circumstances of the poor does not tend at all to do away with poverty. What tends to do away with poverty is not the getting of pictures of poverty into your mind, but getting pictures of wealth into your mind of the poor. You are not deserting the poor in their misery when you refuse to allow your mind to be filled with pictures of misery. Poverty can be done away with not by increasing the number of well-to-do people who think about poverty, but by increasing the number of poor people who succeed in getting rich through the exercise of faith and purpose. And the poor do not need charity, they need inspiration. Charity only sends them a loaf of bread to keep them alive in their wickedness, or give them an entertainment to make them forget for an hour or two. But inspiration will cause them to rise out of their misery. If you want to help the poor, demonstrate to reach yourself. Demonstrate to them that they can become rich. Profit by getting rich yourself. Get rich. This is the best way that you can help the poor. The only way in which poverty will ever be banished from this world is by getting a large and constantly increasing number of people to practice the teachings of this book. People must be taught to become rich by creation, not by competition. Every person who becomes rich by competition kicks down the ladder by which he rises and keeps down others down. But every person who gets rich by creation opens a way for thousands to follow him and inspires them to do so. You are not showing hardness of heart or an unfeeling disposition when you refuse to pit poverty, or to think, or talk about it, or to listen to those who do talk about it. Use your willpower to keep your mind off the subject of poverty, and to keep your mind fixed with faith and purpose on the vision of what you want. Well, thank you so much for listening to this wonderful series. I remind you to click subscribe, share, so that you may not miss the more series that are coming. I remind you, my names are Umusizi Nyarwanda MK. See you in the next series. Thank you.